As you can see, we're in transition here. We're moving. And I'm having trouble with anger. Do you know what? I go to bed angry and I wake up angry. And that got me thinking about Jesus. When I was a child, I was taught about gentle Jesus, meek and mild. But the more I've read the New Testament, the more I've understood what Jesus was on about. I don't think he was meek and mild at all. He was often angry and irritated. The time that I remember first when Jesus was irritated was when the disciples pushed the children away and he rebuked them. That is, he growled at them and said, "Let the children come, because they're the essence of the kingdom of God, and you need them, and you need them in your heart." But there are more times than that when Jesus was angry. Jesus was really angry about the religious people of his day, the people that set the tone, the scribes and the Pharisees. And he actually called them whited sepulchres. Well, that means white tombs, because you look so good on the outside, and they kept so many rules and they wore all the right clothes, but in their hearts, he said, "You're full of dead men's bones." And because he was angry at them, because in a way he saw through them, they knew he had to die. It was either him or them. Well, what about when he cleansed the temple? He didn't say to them, "Excuse me while I tip over your table." He really went for it. And he made this whip of cords and he drove them out. Now, he didn't believe in the temple as such, but he wanted ordinary people to be able to come and pray and get the comfort of their faith. But all this stuff and their rules and their regulations and the fancy building was standing in the way. And so that's why he was really angry. Or what about Peter? So Jesus tells his disciples, "My ministry is going to Jerusalem and there I will die." And Peter said, "You mustn't do that." And Jesus said to him, "Get away from me, Satan. Get away from me. You're a devil. You speak for the devil, not for me." He was really angry because Peter was saying, hey, when you're so in touch with God, you're going to get all the benefits, and the suffering of normal people won't come your way. Jesus said there is no redemption, there is no new life, there is no hope but going through suffering, and no one is spared. So all of this rumbling through my head in the middle of the night when I lay awake, I've been thinking about Paul or Saul. He was a list keeper, and he knew when people were going against the laws of religion. And early in his life, he decided he was going to eliminate the Christians. And he would go through Asia, finding Christians, putting them in jail, if necessary, putting them to death. He was there when Stephen was stoned to death, and he watched on with admiration, with satisfaction. This man is a bad man because he broke all these little laws that we've got. But then Paul had a tremendous change. Jesus came to him, and as a result of this change, he completely changed. He realized that the way he was going, the way he was dealing with his anger was completely wrong. And he went on to write wonderful things about changed lives. And I think about 1 Corinthians 13. Look at this verse. Love does not keep a record of wrongs. That's from that chapter on love, where love forgives and love bears and love supports and all of that kind of thing. This comes from the heart of a man who was a rule keeper, who kept scores, who made lists of things that people did wrong by breaking the laws. Now he was a completely changed person. So this actually speaks to me, because in my heart, when I wake up in the night, I want to keep a list of all the things that have been done wrong to me. What's the point? That's going down a road of death. That spirit of Jesus, which is not making light of things which people do wrong, but which comes to a place of forgiveness. And that's exactly what Jesus did, and it's what he asks us to do, to forgive those who have hurt us. And forget all those big long lists of things that have been done wrong against you. And to move towards a situation where you can meet again as friends, where you can look at each other as brothers and sisters. Now that's the way that anger can be resolved in the Spirit of Jesus. I want it for me, well, and for you. God bless you.